I normally wouldn't give a disclaimer to one of my episodes, but I kind of have to on this one because while I've recorded several podcasts throughout the years, and that's difficult enough as it is to get a good quality studio recording and sound, I've never recorded one during a live concert, and that's exactly what we did. Trailside was gracious enough to let us record it. The podcast was Swinging News with Zach, Keith, Cody, while there was a show going on. And we had been enjoying ourselves thoroughly, shall we say, prior to the recording because we hadn't seen each other in a very long time. So there's a lot of ridiculousness going on. There's a lot of bullshit going on. And it's really, really fun, and I'm glad we captured it. However, there's a lot of sound issues. We were having ins and outs with microphones. People were leaving doors open. People were talking behind us. All of my omnidirectional mics were having a really hard time capturing anything. So I hope it's not too distracting because there's a lot of really great messages and a lot of really funny shit, a lot of really meaningful shit going on in this whole episode. I can't give enough credit to Zach and Keith for finding the time during a show that they were running and promoting to sit down with me and actually have this conversation. I hope desperately that you actually check out the video on this one on our YouTube channel because it's absolutely hilarious watching everybody interact with each other. Again, I had a great time, and I hope it's not too distracting. Thank you. Podcast. You say whatever you want. There's legitimately nothing off limits.
See you next Tuesday.
In the closet and on
See you next Tuesday.
Yeah,
high five.
Yeah, you Italian motherfucker.
Let's go in high five. Put your piece up. High five.
I bet you say cunt with mozzarella sticks.
Yeah, high five.
Like you fucking.
No, I want you to high five.
I'm gonna see you next Tuesday.
Pay attention, goddammit.
God damn
Look
it.
at me. Eye contact.
Hey, no, I
the
don't
captain
even
now?
have
Focus.
We're
high fiving.
No. What, with Italian hands?
All I remember.
I think that's
Are we a
how
fucking
sex.
fish? Oh yeah. Hip flaps. Hip flaps, motherfucker. Oh.
He needs the towel now.
I gotta go make.
You okay?
Somebody turn the fish.
Just 180. Just turn the fish.
Yeah.
Where are we going? This way or this way?
Yeah.
Are we rotating or flopping?
Not even see.
Rotation
and
or
flop.
revolution? Is it? I mean.
So if you ain't flopping fish, you fucking up.
If you ain't flopping, you is
Oh,
flopping.
you're just turning? You a dirty ass bitch.
If you ain't flopping, you slopping.
Unless you want the lines.
Yeah. No, you don't cook fish that way. You flop it on the pan. Like,
My God, sir.
that's how you get the perfect sear.
He's getting technical.
What's up?
You can talk to other people too. That's
what's happening.
So, yeah. I don't even know what episode this is going to be of this season, to be honest with you, because I want to try and get it done for. It should be episode 3, but it might not be. Let's be honest.
That was one of the worst, wasn't it? Of the Star Wars episode 3.
Third's always the worst. So let's say this is the 4th. The last of any trilogy sucks. Return of the Jedi.
So the trilogy, but we're number 4.
We'll make it the 4th. We'll make it the 4th. We'll just say it's the 4th. I'm just gonna like you know, like hotels don't have a floor 13. We're just not gonna have episode 3.
There's always a 13th floor. You can't just magically make it the 14th.
I can do whatever the fuck I want.
We're skipping over
nonsense.
the 14th.
Yeah, we're just skipping it. That's what we're doing.
So it's the whole 10 feet of fuck it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna skip the 13th floor, I want to see an empty fucking building right around that
No,
floor.
we're gonna do it.
Yeah. I want to do that because I want to skate there.
And-
not that I can walk, but I mean the plot concept is there, right?
Right.
I mean, you walk around naked on that floor and it seems like you'd be okay.
Still under construction.
Yeah, it's still in the construction. I'm a ghost.
But that's what you tell us. Like, hey, where are you? I'm still under construction.
I'm still under construction.
I'm like, hey, you got a boner? Nope. Still under construction.
When in reality, it's done. I'm rebuilding, restocking for the next
Hey,
round.
Taylor.
So we're starting to be.
It's every 15% restocking fee. 13.
Jesus Christ.
13%.
13%.
Don't make the man math.
87 more to go.
Don't make the man math. It's a bad time.
I don't math very well.
87Y.
69, bitch.
I think he won that. Yeah, we got Zach, we got Keith, we got Swinging News Productions. We are in Denver at Trailside. Does it even count as Denver up here? Like, really?
It doesn't. Denver Metro?
It's not Denver. It's the Denver area.
It's Colorado.
Yeah.
Nothing else matters after Colorado.
I'm gonna go with that. Except I live in Western Colorado, which is kind of like the bastard son of Colorado.
So you live in Utah?
No.
Eastern Utah. Did you just burn yourself in your cigarette?
It's fine.
There's no gray area. That was hot.
It's better than mustard. I'll tell you fucking what. You get that Italian seasoning from the fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me.
And I'm gonna say now, just because Cody's sitting back there, I'm gonna make Cody be like the intro music. That's gotta happen.
Hey, Cody. Hey, I'm sorry. Did you see that?
Violation of trust right there is what that was. She's gonna charge you like 50
She's
bucks
well
later.
aware.
No, it's okay.
She's gonna flog you
You've been here
later.
a lot longer than I have.
I don't spit beer everywhere. Keeper! Fucking keeper right there! Yeah!
A lot longer than I.
That's fantastic. I really enjoyed that.
Thank you, man.
Hey, what's happening?
Apparently, I
Put your mouth on it!
It's the worst. I swear this never happened. It's just been a while. Yeah, I fucking saw my pants. I'm so sick. I swear to God. I will deplete your mother's 401k. I'm fucking over it. God damn it. I swear to God, you make me spit up dick spit.
Spit dick. He said it.
Stop it. I'm gonna be your new daddy. Alright, I fucking had it.
Do it again.
Oh, God.
Oh, my lighter.
That wasn't thought.
Well, I mean, do it again, though.
Why?
No, we're not doing this again, God damn it.
So, yeah.
Alright, so dick spin.
Give me the shard. Give me the shard. Give me the shard. Give me the shard. Don't do it. Give me the shard. Just trust me. Nobody can see this but us. So just... It's fantastic.
Feeling plastic.
I made a little funnel. I swear to God, do not.
I'm gonna do it.
That might be the best first 5 minutes of anything I've ever done. And I've had sex a couple of times.
You should talk to his mom.
That's how Sicilia was made.
Just one time only.
Drink it till I'm cute, goddammit!
Remember that one time you met me at Trailside? Cool. You're pregnant.
If you knew before she did, we got a problem.
Oh, she straight up missed target and just got dick spit. And he magically hit the spot. It was like, hey, look, there's the snake. I'm Spider-Man. I'm gonna climb this fucker.
It's like aliens. Like
I can only imagine this dude's spawn.
You met my spawn.
I met your spawn, but growing?
Focus.
Growing?
Focus. She's
I'm
5.
motherfucker.
She told me right. She was like, hey, yo, Cecilia, what are you doing? Daddy, focus. Focus. What the fuck you mean focus? You're 5.
Well, you almost sent her to rehab for popsicles, so what the
That's
fuck
her
you want?
problem. She's 5. Got a certain problem? Rehab. Later.
Did you actually threaten that?
Oh, he straight up threatened her with rehab.
That's magnificent. I'm so proud of you right now.
She walked in and she was like, Daddy, can I have a popsicle? You got a sugar problem. You're going to rehab.
I really enjoy that. Thank you for that moment.
It's in my tip.
I need another beer.
Yeah, you fucked it up.
This is why we can't have nice things. Has there ever been a time we found out you haven't broken something? Ever? You broke your pants.
He breaks everything.
Trying to wear them like a fucking helmet.
He got drunk and tried to slide across the
You
table.
You dropped that fucking flagon when we were in Junction, where you just like went to turn and went to set it down. There was no table. You just dropped it when we were at Quincy's. You tripped the show and broke that fucking mic stand in like 11 pieces, and then blamed fucking Samurai. Even though we all saw you. Have you ever not broken something anytime we've hung out? You kind of broke Sorg that one time when we were fucking around at the Mesa too. I don't know if that counts, but I'm gonna count it because
He's never
he was.
broken my heart.
Give it time.
Fuck, here it comes. Hey!
Have you ever cried while thinking of Zach? Not when using Tears as lubrication.
Oh, not using lubrication? No.
Okay, well then there's one up there.
Lubrication.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
You don't think
I am kind of a jinx.
I don't know. It's always funny.
Well,
It's
I mean,
never not
the
funny.
jinx is always funny.
No, have you met me? I mean, when I fail, it's spectacular fashion. So
Yeah, I've met you a few
yeah,
times.
so that's not. I'm a jinx, and it's never good. This is fun. Like I like this. You keep breaking shit, sir. I'm enjoying this.
Okay.
Cody, you can roll up and get in on this if you want. I'm gonna use your music as fucking lead in on this. Since I have all of it, and you're never gonna release it ever again.
Sorry.
You're not sorry.
No, I'm not.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Here, I'll be right back. I need to go.
Okay.
Give me one.
Okay.
I'll take a. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Why did he turn Canadian as soon as he had
Alright.
like chores?
I don't know. It's a Canadian Italian. He's like, I'm so sorry. I gotta go. I don't mean to be in your way.
Keith, you're my favorite. I love you so much.
I love you too, brother.
I love you.
Yeah, I've had Cody on the show. Just he doesn't know it because I use his music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I did a Mother's Day episode last year, and I used one of your songs. It was like really heartfelt and good, and people were like, "Oh my god, I love him."
Nice.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
And because I tracked your SoundCloud, I know it actually worked. People are saying, "Oh,
Yeah.
there you go."
I don't know. It's my thing. I'm not getting creative with it anymore.
I understand that.
So,
You gotta remember, I took like 8 years off playing drums.
I know. I
So-
mean, I'm sure when I say I'm
I've been like 28 years off playing drums.
You know what? I'm
Yeah.
sure. Joel,
You're
only
lying. I've
28.
seen you try.
You're only 28.
Yeah. I'm worse
Son
than
of a
Justin
bitch.
Bieber.
No, I know for a fact, but
Da.
let's be honest, Keith. How many times have I said, I'm retiring from something, and then like a year or two later, I'm back?
A year or two. That's generous. It's like 6 months. Well, here comes Cody.
That's because someone hits me up and goes, Cody.
I remember
Cody,
everything.
it's me. And it's always you. It's always you. Yeah, Cody. I love you. I
Really
need
need
you
you
on
for
this
show.
show. And I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck, only for you, Keith. Only for you, and I'll do it.
Well, if he's not asking nice and trying to like rub your nipples, then you got fucking B hitting you up and guilting you into it. So either way, you're gonna.
Man, B hasn't guilted me into anything in a long time.
B's been real fucking busy though. Let's be real.
Yes, he
That
has.
man,
He's going through a lot. He's
Yeah.
going through a lot.
as of you,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
here I am
Years have
just
been
tickling
crazy.
nipples.
I
Please
know.
play!
Everyone needs
Please
a skill.
You know
play!
what's funny? At my job, I actually do twist nipples into female parts.
Do you giggle all day when you say that?
Oh, absolutely. We all
Every
do.
time you're just like,
And I work with a bunch of like 40 and 50-year-olds, and we're all laughing about it. It's like, you like my nipple? I got a longer one here. And it's
dude.
fine.
When I was painting, it was always playing with cock.
There you go.
Cock on the window, got cock in my eye, got cock everywhere.
My roommate got me a pocket pussy as a gift. And I straight up ran through my apartment and Superman punched that motherfucker straight through. Woo! I made that shit a beer coaster. It was like, yeah!
I saw one turn into a lightsaber. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I appreciate
I thought
that you like my
what
video.
condoms are for.
I had a response and it just left. It
Yep,
was gone.
I figured.
I was there. It was there for a second and it fucking disappeared.
This time I want to be double bladed. Wait, hold on. How's that work?
I thought it
When
was
you
my
double
turn.
blade, it's when you do the strap on your ass.
Yep.
And you're like, what's good?
Call me Darth Maul.
Only if
Call
you
me
make the
Darth
noise.
Maul.
Oh, Jesus, fuck.
Call me Darth Balls, bitch.
Holy fuck.
No, I know. I'll be back. I will.
Yeah, that's all right. I have your library. That's all that matters.
I just have to walk away and find the grave juices again. That's all.
Finding inspiration, especially the last year, kicked the shit out of so many people. Like it really did.
So many bands.
I mean, I picked up. I'm learning.
You
Over
go
the
through
past
it.
year, I actually finally, after 17 years of wanting one, picked up a mandolin. So I'm right now learning how to perfect that right now. I'm loving
Mandalorian.
That's cool.
No. And I'm loving the shit out of it. Like, I should have gotten one 17 years ago, but I'm loving the absolute fuck out of it. And every time
That's
I tell
cool.
someone about it, they're like, how are you playing that? It's like playing an upside down guitar. Oh, and the B comes out and goes, oh, you don't know music theory. That's why you're able to do it. I was like, hey.
Playing an upside down guitar.
That's pretty much like all the chords are upside down.
Fuck, I can't
Do you have
play
more
a right
respect for
side
Jimi
guitar.
Hendrix now?
I mean,
Because I mean, that's how he played guitar.
right? That's true. That's true.
So
That is very true. There was no left-handed strap back then. Oh no.
oh no, oh no, he says. Oh no,
I swear to God.
Can I sit down?
he's so.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I was really waiting for you to. I loved that. That was fantastic. Your armpit just took a
You know
drink,
what? At least I'm not the one drafted.
but he got you wet.
Yeah.
He always does.
That's a start.
Well, you always make us win.
No, the whole getting inspiration, finding stuff. I mean, I know the last year has really fucked a lot of people over.
But a lot of people don't know how to find inspiration in that. A lot of people are really down on that.
Okay, well, okay, but you're a special case.
No,
Look
I'm
at
not.
what- no, you are. You
Oh,
are.
he is a special case.
Let's look at what you turned. I'm fucking. You took a suicide attempt and turned a career out of it. You literally found a new life after that low
That's cracking.
and made it into something. It's your fucking marketing ploy, for fuck's sake. That's not normal. That's not normal.
You're right.
Most people don't see in desperation. They see, let me act desperate in an attempt to. Did he make that?
Yeah, I sure did.
He looks surprised.
I'm very fucking surprised.
No, it's finding that inspiration in those moments of this sucks.
People don't know how to find inspiration in such a desperation time.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Cheers.
Cheers.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't feel.
Should I throw up for the podcast?
If you want to, I have
Ah!
I don't know. I
I
didn't
did
feel
once.
too sad during last year. Though. That was the thing. Like the only thing I was honestly sad about was not seeing my friends. That was it. That was it.
The only thing last year made me like want to feel is something that was normal. You know what I mean? And like we pushed for something that was normal.
Yeah.
For what? 5 months?
Yeah.
5 fucking months? We got up to what? Like episode 25. We pushed for something that was normal,
Well,
and it
constantly
became
being
so
blocked by
normal.
Facebook.
It became so normal.
Being blocked by Facebook on our posts. and
On a consistent
on our-
basis,
On
too.
on our streams that we were stealing music.
But
From the bands that were fucking playing.
But here's the thing. All you did was what you've always done and just showed people. And more people were sitting at home going, what the fuck? I was sitting in Junction watching the stream, so literally, like, well, there'd be a bunch of us sitting there drinking, be like, hey, Beast playing, cool, let's go. Like,
Right.
there was those moments. This is normal for those of us that have been doing this, but that's not necessarily finding inspiration. That's literally like, I'm so fucking sick of doing the same old bullshit and nobody paying attention.
But it
and
is
now-
finding inspiration though.
What you need.
Because you feed somebody fucking Special K that eats Special K on a regular basis.
Right.
Guess what happens?
Nobody.
You want
on
some
a
fucking
regular
Special
basis.
K, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, I want what's happening in there. I heard that on a consistent basis. Yo, what's happening at Trailside? I want what's happening behind the camera. And guess what happened behind the camera? Trailside
Yeah.
happened behind the fucking
No,
camera.
you did. And you guys have been the only consistent music venue, the earliest to kick back. The
Because
one
we
that-
don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because we...
No, it is. It's punk as fuck, and I will give it that. But it is one of those things that you're still look at how many theaters and venues downtown are still scared to death just because they know things. People are getting vaccinated. People are doing what they need to. Things are returning to... Will we ever be normal again? No. I don't think we're ever going to be
Give it 5
normal.
years. Give it 5 years. Give it 5 years.
No, I disagree with that.
Give it 5 years. There will be some normalcy in cereal.
I disagree with that
100%.
because that everything was lifted. Shit was back here, full force.
No, you guys. I mean,
No
literally,
problem.
you guys were already
Time. You were falling into the what's happening now. You're not looking at what's happening then. Listen,
No,
there's a D variant. People are like fucking freaking the fuck out about what's happening right now. Like people are talking about another lockdown right now. You understand that, right?
Yeah, but
the potential's
we want
there.
shows. We
The
want
potential's
shows. We want
there.
shows. We want shows.
That doesn't matter to
No, but we're
what
doing
is what.
shit. We're
Right.
doing shit.
And we will continue doing
Full
shit
force.
because it ain't no
We're doing
thing,
it.
baby.
We're doing it.
No, that's
fuck it.
But
Fuck
to
it.
me, that's not necessarily finding inspiration. That's what you're made of. That's what you're made of. You guys have been doing that consistently as long as I've known you. When people says you can't do this, you're like,
I gotta fight tonight.
no,
If I can
no.
say it,
You consistently have stepped in and said, I can do this. I know how to do this. I know how to make this happen. And when people say, there's no way that's going to happen, you're like, the fuck it won't.
No, it's going to happen.
And you have found in waves of people
It's
different
going to
groups
happen.
that exactly. You're like,
Yeah.
you know, you've got that juggernaut mindset of if I don't care if you think it'll happen, I know I'll make it happen. That's
It's
why
going
you and
to
I get
happen.
along so well.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. It's happening.
But
Biggest drop I've ever seen from anybody in my entire life.
no, absolutely.
Zach.
No, exactly. So that's not necessarily finding inspiration in what happened. It was literally like, no. I needed that.
Not it.
You gave that
Me
inspiration.
aside.
Yeah.
Me aside. You push me aside. You find a individual band you can dig through. And I got a couple bands of mine. You dig through and you'd be like, I have that band that found something that's worth it. I found that band that's like, yo, S&P, they're doing it, they're digging. This is for us. It's not like, yo, this is the variant of the lockdown, blah, blah, blah. You find that band is like, yo, we're setting up for this shit too.
Yeah.
It's not just me.
No, and
And
that's
listen,
just it.
I'll fucking lead. I don't have a problem leading the charge and fucking pushing through all this unnecessary bullshit for normalcy. We will find this and push it through. It's a different variant.
Look at how many bands that were around in 2019 that don't even exist anymore. They don't even fucking exist because they couldn't figure out, okay, I should be taking this time. I mean, do you know how much material I wrote? How much film, photography, music? I started DJing again, for fuck's sake, because I was bored out of my fucking skull. That's doing something. That wasn't me
Right.
finding inspiration. That was desperation.
That hit me 2 weeks ago. What hit everybody
Way
a
back
year
when.
ago? What hit everybody a year ago? Hit me now. And it's fucked. It's completely fucked. Like, the mind fuck that you put yourself through, it came out.
Yeah.
It came out. Like, the band. Everything else like that, like, that hit real fucking hard. And what everybody goes through and what everybody puts themselves through, that hit. It hit real fucking hard.
Well,
Like, pen to paper, there hasn't been any lyrics that I've ever put out since fucking 10 years.
just that much reality.
That much reality, that much, like, what you're breathing, what you're feeling, what you're living. It's so much more than what you're fucking hitting.
Well, like you were saying, it's hard to find inspiration. It's hard to do these things. I know you were writing and doing stuff there because it was consistently talking. We were like, oh, I had this idea, this thought. I mean, yeah, but there's so many people that didn't do that. So if you're hitting
But
that,
and that's the thing, is a lot of people were doing that for the purpose of doing that though. It was a crutch. It was yo, I found myself doing this because of this. Bullshit. That's
I
bullshit.
really
That is
genuinely
bullshit.
thought
That is
there was
bullshit.
so many
That is a
albums.
temporary band-aid on a bullshit cut.
Yeah.
It's-
I thought
Let's
there
be
was so
honest.
much new music, and there's nothing.
If you're doing it for a bullshit cut, it's the passion that you need it. You need the release. We didn't have that.
We
didn't have
nobody in our right mind will ever have that
all.
inspiration. Nobody ever will.
No, yeah.
And that's my thing though. Is I thought, I mean, you look at the Vietnam War. Look at how much amazing art came out of that. It basically led to where we are now, musically particularly, and in film too, because people for the first time are like, fuck, we're seeing reality, we're dealing with reality, it's hitting us at home because we're watching it on TV, or for the first time ever, and it brought it out of that, and it continued on. You look at the punk movement during the Reagan era,
Right.
late 70s, all the way through the 80s. It was, I expected, especially during the Bush administration, and yes, Green Day aside, Green Day really did some punk shit. But other than them, there was a lot of artists that didn't do much. This was not the U.S. This was not being pissed off at a president. This was not being pissed off at economics. This was not the wall coming down in
This was
Berlin.
complete suppression.
This was the whole fucking world.
This was complete suppression.
And
Think about that.
There's not more art. There's not more time for people. Literally, people are at their side hustle during, like, I gotta make money, and they're making art, and the second they got their job back, they're like, that's not important, I don't need that.
This was the time to do everything you wanted to do. You didn't have to.
But so many people did it.
You didn't have to abide by a schedule. You didn't have to abide by trying to
They
make
sat
a
at
show.
home and
You didn't
fucking
do anything.
watched
You had
reruns of
all
Friends.
this
I
fucking
love
time
Friends.
to.
But, I was gonna say that, I love Friends.
You had
But
all this fucking time to write. You had all this time to do shit and put your passion out and really build it. You had all this fucking time. Who did it? Who stuck around?
And that's been the issue.
It was like, oh fuck, this isn't just like, this wasn't a hobby for me, this is a passion. It was like, I have to do this. I have to release this music. I have to work on this music.
And I really thought that was going to be a global thing, and it wasn't.
And it's not. And here's the reason.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be such a relapse kind of thing. You're going to have such a relapse in time where from 2020, 2022, people are going to be able to put out what they feel, what they hear, what they want to put out. 2021 is such a skip boat? A skip boat. It's going to be a skip boat.
It's a
in
hopscotch,
time.
motherfucker.
It's a hopscotch in time. Where, listen, 2020 to 2022 is going to be a null in space. Think about that.
That's actually,
Think about
there's
that.
some legitimacy to that. I haven't looked into that.
Think
way.
about
that's
that.
That's a legitimate point.
2021 is a blackout period for most musicians and artists.
It's a free period. Do it.
But
Test it.
don't call it
No,
that.
it's
sorry.
a retrial.
It's
Retrial.
a
Yeah,
retrial.
sorry, not a free period. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a. This is a
Test it
creation
out.
period
But-
where people will be like, boom, we're going, daddy.
Because you hear all these big bands. I mean, you look at MCR, you look at their reunion, and then suddenly they've stopped. You look at there's so many bands that come in. Yeah, we're never going to do this again except in 2 years. But I mean, you look at all these bands that literally just had to stop, and they're always like, well, we haven't put out an album, or we haven't written because of the pressure of tour. Look at the fucking Jonas Brothers, for fuck's sake. This is a group of family that went, fuck you all, I can't be around you, and then have rediscovered their ability to make music and their ability to do these things. To me, I feel like there should have been more artists, more musicians, more filmmakers doing that. And and I understand the difficulty in a situation where it's like, fuck, we need 10,000 people to
Well,
do
that's the
production
thing.
or
We
festivals.
need. Not I need.
Look at how many. Look at the Post Malone stream was the one that blew my mind when it was him and Travis Barker and all them. I was like, they're in multiple cities, playing over the internet, and it was the cleanest fucking. That's the best
Right.
Ronnie tribute of all time. Period. Hands fucking down.
Clean.
It's fucking fantastic. You look at artists like Trivium who went, we can do this on Twitch. Fuck it, we'll just do it. And
And you know what the fucked up thing is?
new shit.
Do you know what the fucked up thing is? You can make money without leaving from home.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are going to look at that. Listen, you pay me $10 rather than 20, 25, 30 bucks. And you're going to see me in front of like X amount of people.
It's like having a private.
You get 4 times the amount of people. You get 4 times the amount of people that would be like, I'm going to buy in because Trivium said so. Fuck that.
Well,
That's bullshit.
we talked with Matt from Angel Legislation about that. About streaming and everything. He's like, that's bullshit. It's gonna create a false sense of coming to the shows.
Well, and
not to be like, I don't have to go to the show because I can just see this there.
And you guys don't deal with this
you
much.
You ruin your entire life experience of what the band is making and creating for everything.
You don't deal with this. We talked about this once. You don't deal with this as much over here as we do on the Western Slope, or I do in the other venues outside of Denver, the Denver area, even up in Fort Collins and Colorado Springs. Do you know how many people that are aged 16 to 21 have never seen live music, have never experienced a live show?
I see them outside the rainbow.
But, I mean,
There's a reason why we want to push all ages shows.
Yeah.
We want to catch that demographic. We want to catch the 13 to 16. 13 to 16, listen, we're making a difference.
Absolutely. You're putting
That
a
person that's
moment
coming
in a formative year.
Right. That person that's coming in, 13 to 16, and it's all of a sudden it's like, I want to do this. I'm putting my mind into this. I am pushing to this.
You change who they are as a person.
Right. If we don't get who they are, and they don't walk through the door, and we are not feeding into them, they go out and they kill themselves.
I mean, how many times did I bring my kids to a show?
There you
Think
go.
about that.
How many pictures have you seen? My kids on fucking stage wearing fucking headphones and shit like
It's
that.
fucked up. It's fucked up.
Because I wanted
think
them to
about.
experience that.
Because they could turn around and be like, yo, this shit is dope. I want to connect with somebody.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, somebody that's 5 and
It takes
they're
that
13.
loneliness away.
Right.
And streaming shows in the digital world do not help. As much as people like, they'll go on Twitter.
Right.
And you and I are guilty of
Yeah,
this. I'll say this right now.
social media.
We whine on Twitter. We do. I do it. You do it. There's those moments like, fuck everything. But then what
That's
happened?
where I go to heart pork.
Fuck social media.
But what happened right after you posted on Twitter?
Boom.
I text you because I said it. Or
Immediately.
we've called each other.
Immediately.
There is that real
Immediately.
connection. But did anybody else? Did any of your followers?
Zero.
Exactly. And that's the
Zero.
thing. I watch my friends and the people that I know that are quote unquote celebrities and big models and things, and they go to Twitter or they go to Instagram and they're crying and they're sobbing and they're wanting their followers to make them feel better. That's not a real connection. Give a motherfucker a hug. Call them.
Here's the thing.
And live music is a part of
yes.
that.
No, here's the thing.
Fuck yes.
Here's the thing. Okay,
Fuck
you
yes.
got Facebook.
Fuck
You got Facebook. Facebook is all about conglomerate.
Yeah.
You got Twitter. You got blah 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 blah. You have this spectrum.
I say all of them go fuck themselves.
Facebook is here. Everything else is here. Who's paying attention to here? And it's fucked up. People don't understand how much these other social media outputs mean to people.
They're fucking meaningless
people
outputs.
But they're not. Time. No, they're not.
They're not
you
meaningless.
can express
For some
your,
people, that's all they
Sorry, you can express your shit,
They're not.
and it's good. It's a good way of expressing. But that is not human connection.
It's not-
You
it
should
isn't,
not
and that's the
want
thing.
You should not want validation off of a goddamn fucking.
Well,
Internet.
and when we talked about it, when you and I were talking
You
about
shouldn't-
social media
you
and why
shouldn't
you have
want
such
that.
a struggle with it,
That should
because
not be
you don't
what
know
you
how to.
should. If you're doing that, and that's your validation to make yourself feel
When you
better.
don't know how to be real, when you don't know how to, when you have to
I don't
be
like
the
it.
character.
I
But,
hate it.
but,
Be
but,
Craft is
I
not a
hate it.
character.
but,
Leprechaun
but,
is not a character. These are who you are.
But
This is who we are as people.
when you have no other way to reach out because you don't know how to
No,
reach
it's
out.
good. It's good for that. It's good for that.
That puts all of your.
I don't know. It's
like,
a double negative. It's
And
double
you're right.
negative.
It's a catch-22. People are caught in it. It's either you
double
people
negative.
live for likes and follows.
We
when
live-
really you should live for human connection and actually
We're
people to
living
interact.
too much by live and die on likes and retweets and shares and everything. We're living too much by that, and I fucking hate it.
No, I do too. I lose work
I
on a
hate
regular
it.
basis because I don't self-promote. I don't do it. I fucking hate it. It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
You
I
posted about it.
I posted it today. I literally was like, oh my God, guys, I fucking hate this, but I'm losing jobs. I have major people in the modeling, tattoo, different industries hitting me up going, I want to shoot with you. And I hit up their agent like, well, you've only got, 16, 1,700 followers on Instagram. Why would we work with you? Because your fucking model wants to, goddammit. They hit me up. But that
Right.
doesn't matter. The image, the persona matters more. People don't realize, and it's changed in the last 10 years, who we are as people. I am psychotic, you are B-Croft, you are fucking Leprechaun. This is who we are as people, and you meet us any day of the week, We don't have to turn it on.
This right here, this shit right here, real life, this Matrix shit does not matter.
Right.
What matters is electronic. And people have lost in that.
Yeah.
They've completely lost.
I saw this thing today where they're using AI to launch military missiles. Like, instead of a person determining where the missile goes, the AI determines at the last minute where it goes.
Yeah.
And in all their tests that I was listening to NPR because I apparently after 40 I listen to a lot more NPR. Apparently that happened. I don't know. But I was listening to that, and even my dad stopped and goes, "Well, that sounds like the Terminator." And I was like, "It's fucking what I was thinking." Like, holy shit. And they say their tests at West Point, these cadets are like, "This is such a bad idea. We shouldn't be doing this. Why are we doing this?" And what happens is the fucking missiles, they put them in these tank things, and one tank just did pirouettes and spun in circles and like shot into the air because they didn't know what to do. 2 went to the left, 2 went to the right, and 1 finally waited and then shot a bunch of civilians. And then the one behind it that saw them shoot the civilians went, "You shot wrong. I'm killing the right people." It took all of those others to fuck up for the one AI to go, "I have learned now where I'm supposed to attack." This is the way algorithms work. This is how, when you talk about diapers, you get a bunch of diaper ads. When you talk about, how many times have you and I had an inappropriate, dude, every time we have a conversation on Facebook, I get the most fucked up ads.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
get
Amazon
about something, and then well,
It pops up.
Amazon starts trying to sell me fake dicks. They start selling me fucking babies that are fucking. Oh my god! Like the shit. There's literally a flask made out of a baby doll, and we were talking about how can you sneak drinks, blah blah blah, and all of a sudden I get that ad.
Yep.
That's the kind of shit that goes on, and people don't realize it. They talk about, "Oh, I don't want to be tracked." Throw your fucking cell phone away then.
Yeah, throw it. Just.
But here's the danger of that.
Why is she your girlfriend?
Good man. Here's the flip side of it.
Oh, you bet.
Do you hit the Ted Kaczynski style? Do you hit that Unabomber style of, "Oh shit, I'm so isolated that part of me is unwired. Part of me doesn't know." And that's the dangerous part. And there's so many kids, and I mean, I got my fucking semicolon. I know that we've all had our fucking moments of just absolute, I can't do this anymore. We found
And we
connection.
continue.
Because we found connection in music. It's not even, we've played together one time. One time. How many of your shows have I been to?
Yeah.
There aren't even ones I promoted. How many of your shows have I been
Right.
to?
But
How
you
many
find
times it comes to
connection-
you, or comes
you
to
find
you, or B,
connection-
or any of them?
You find connection in music, and then you find connection with each other
There you go.
in person.
And right now, there is a
This
major
shit.
danger of losing that globally because of how easy it is to stream, how easy it is to find.
The electronic connection, I guess you could say, where people are like, okay, electronic money, electronic this, electronic that, electronic this. You don't have to leave your house. You ever watch Wall-E?
Oh, dude,
No.
I love that dude.
Never seen it.
Yeah.
I fucking love that.
You ever watch Wall-E?
Never seen
Watch
That
Wall-E.
cockroach is my goddamn spirit animal.
Nah, I'm good.
Watch Wall-E.
No, you need to. It's amazing. It really is a dude. Most of the Pixar movies
Are
are
amazing. Watch Wall-E.
I'll watch Sharknado.
Okay, that's not a Pixar movie. You watch
It could
Wall-E.
be.
Yo, it really could be. You watch Wall-E and you see what's happening, and you see like what's projected as like, yo, this is control, this is you.
You want a mind fuck. You want a mind fuck. Watch Wall-E and then watch Avatar.
Okay.
That'll fuck your brain.
I can see that. Okay.
Yeah. That'll fuck your brain up.
It's different.
This is what I'm here for, Cody. This is why I live.
It's fucked up, and it's a different way of thinking.
It develops.
And it's like,
Laziness
and
is
it
not
totally,
just physical. Laziness is as much in your brain as
us
anything
against
else.
them.
Yeah.
At that point, and you want to separate yourself. Like, okay, this is where I'm at. I want to be way the fuck over here. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit.
You've seen the movie 2012, right?
Yeah.
It was all, I didn't worry about the Mayan calendar ending or this shit. I didn't worry about that. I watched The Matrix and I, admittedly, mind blowing. I was like, no, I can live without that. We're good. The one that fucked me up more than anything else was Demolition Man. From the early days, Sylvester Stallone, and dude, that movie, the fucking fast food wars and all the STDs, and that is hell to me. That is hell to me. The idea of everybody is so used to being controlled, everybody is so used to this is normal, this is what it is, that's hell to me. And I don't quite grasp that concept very well. And that's what I'm worried about we're falling into now, is that so many people are between the conspiracy theories and the fear and all that shit, they're going to be afraid to go out and experience this, or afraid to go out and make a connection, a real goddamn connection. I have a friend, I love her to death. I really do. She's one of the bravest women I've ever met. She finally she shot her shot. She drove to Texas to meet a dude that she's never, she knows him and shit. She was like, I'm going to be real, I'm going to be honest. It didn't go well. It didn't go the way she wanted. And she's like devastated.
Does it ever?
Yes. Shelly.
Okay.
There you go.
Right? Yeah.
Taylor Brady. Taylor's another one. I mean, there's a couple. It's rare, but it does happen. It does happen. I have connections with people all over the world, obviously. So I do sit there and I understand. Do you know how many people I talk to and they have no fucking clue what I look like? That's a big moment for me to be like, yeah, I'll video chat. When I was with Mel, I was talking to Mel on the phone for 6 months before she finally said, look, I'm gonna hit the video button, and if you don't answer, I don't ever want to talk to you again. This is a woman that I dated for a long time that changed my life, and she didn't know what I looked like, and we were already in love. That's the danger of the digital life. So when people actually take that dive, and I think it's absolutely heroic.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
It's scary.
I hate the electronic connection we have with people.
Well, and I was talking to.
But there's no way around it.
There's no way around
because
it.
The days of sitting in front of a
it's-
fucking theater and hawking
it is
tickets
what
and
it
throwing
is.
out flyers, those are done.
It is
That's
what
not
it-
going to be.
it
That's
is
what I
what
say.
it is.
We're never.
But-
Nothing physical that we hold anymore is never going to be viable.
I know,
Yeah.
and that's I still hate it.
There's nothing you can do about it,
I
though.
don't care. There's nothing I can do about it.
It's okay
I
to
can
hate
still
what you
hate
control.
it.
Oh, he had
And
the line in place.
Wrong beer, bud.
Whose beer is this?
I don't know. You can grab that one. I hate that. I hate
You
that
might have grabbed that from
electronic
me and just-
connection. I hate that electronic connection.
It's been a while since I've seen that.
It's so good.
I'm slightly turned on at this point.
That's literally like peeing after sex. For women, if you ever want to know and you never see it, that was peeing after sex. That's what that was. The only thing that would have made that better is if you put out a cigarette. That was the only thing that could have made that better. He was literally like, you got me wet, and yeah. No, it's okay to hate. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to look at all these things and go,
No, I hate it. And I understand that's just the realm of reality we live in.
it is.
It's unavoidable. And that's where we are. But I still just hate it.
But
is
is it really unavoidable though? Don't we as
No, it's not
leaders,
unavoidable.
as promoters, isn't it our job to teach people that there is another way?
It's not unavoidable.
Dude, I mean, and that's the thing is, there's always another way to promote or to connect, to do whatever you need to do.
Because there's
Listen, your right mind is always going to be wrong, because there's always another way, right?
yeah.
Right.
At some point here, he is going to pee in your bed when you're not home. I'm just.
He has the key to my. I mean, he has the key to my
it's
house.
going to happen. That's going to happen here soon.
I mean,
We talked online and meeting in person. I remember you walking in and being like, "Fuck, who's Eric?" And you didn't know. You didn't know. You were literally like, and you're asking people. And I was watching. I was like, he doesn't know who I am, and he's looking for me. And I sat there and we watched. There was 3 or 4 of us in the back of that room watching, going, "When's he going to figure it out?" And then you looked at me and you're like, that guy's holding something important. I'm gonna go talk to that guy. It's because I was holding my fucking pad and was doing sound, and that's why you came to talk to me. Those are those moments that I remember. That every moment of that.
Those are the moments that's gonna mean a lot
I
more.
remember him. Okay, so age,
36.
age.
32.
Okay, and I'm 42. I grew up even before. You got to remember, I'm older than the internet. I am legitimately older than the internet. I left the career that I was choosing because I saw the advent of the internet coming and went, oh, I am so fucked if I try and be a journalist in these days. It's not going to happen. The internet's going to destroy that. And I got laughed at when I spoke and told people, live sales, CDs, albums, these are going to go away. I got laughed at for that. So, as much as we're looking at now, a new way to promote and how do we do this, I mean, you know it more than anybody. Do I not fucking ride your ass on, hey, do this, watch this post, do this, what time? For years we've been talking about that. Yes, I am a fucking asshole about that. But it's because I remember how hard it was before any of it existed. So it does make life easier on that one take, but on the other side of it, it is taking those connections away, and it does. And I think I hate it just as much as you do, in all honesty. It drives me nuts. At the same time. No, and that's the thing, is it blows my mind at times how many people don't even know the difference. Some people just don't know. And that's the other side of it. Some people just don't know. They don't know the difference. They don't know what the potential is to actually have these things. They don't understand what it is and what's been missed. And so now that we've hit this point where everybody had to hit the fucking global pause button, why isn't it better? Why aren't more people grasping these concepts and going, oh shit, maybe I should put out better art. Maybe I should take this time to learn a new instrument or refocus what I want or where I want to be, or put shit together that you've been fighting for but you're too busy to actually spend time on and actually bring it on, which is what's acting with Demise. That's what's concerning me, is so many people just kind of phoned it in like, it'll be fine. Who cares? It'll be fine. It doesn't matter. That's what's getting me, and that's what I don't understand about this whole concept. Talking frustration and being a promoter, being a musician, being all these different things, you keep a day job. How much do you hate your day job?
That face. That says it all.
I fucking hate my day job.
Do you remember talking to me and being like, how the fuck are you making a living off of this? Because I don't want to do this. I don't, what the fuck?
I remember.
Okay. At what point does the fear kick in with you and you go, oh shit?
It's not the fear of me that I'm worried about. It's my kid.
See, my kid was the reason I quit being a responsible grown-up, because she needed me. She needed that idea of having somebody there 24/7. I mean, when she was on oxygen and all the shit, I had to be there for her. That fear led me to be an artist only. And yeah, I've lived in my truck. Yeah, I mean, I'm living in fucking motels right now. Obviously not doing completely right. But at what point do you go, enough is enough, I'm an artist? Do you see that point?
No, I absolutely do.
Other than when you like masturbate to the idea of it, I get that. But I'm saying, like, do you realistically go?
I get it. I get it 100%. And I subscribe into that idea because I did that when we toured with the shit band.
Oh, I know.
I did that.
I was there for it. I remember.
I did that.
Yeah.
We'll see. See if I can.
Okay, pause, because going into that, even you said, this is the wrong time, this is the wrong place, this is the wrong tour, but I'm committed, I'm gonna make it happen. And you did. You literally throat fucked that tour down every promoter's throat, and we're gonna do this. You knew going in it was a bad idea, you still did it.
Right.
Was that because you were sick of the everyday normal life? Were you sick of the fucking Bruce Wayne life? Or because that was what you felt you had to do at that time?
No, it's because I felt that that was the right thing to do to push towards the life that I wanted. That was the segue. That was the railway. That was the leading into point of here's where I'm going. Was it the right time, right place? Maybe. Maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't.
I still look at that tour as a success, even though it's so, I mean, the breakdowns, the fucking bands leaving, that was a shit show of a tour, but I looked at it as a success because you guys made it to the end and went, we're good to hear. We made it this far, we did what we said we were going to do, and you all looked at each other and said, we're in agreement. We need to not do this further.
No, that's what happened. But no, that's what happened. I still stood up and said, yo, let's go. Chicago's only a few hours away.
Yeah.
Hey, Chicago's only Illinois. Guess where we're going?
Yeah.
We're going to fucking Chicago. We're going to get the band back and we're going to do this. No, not at all. Oh, yeah. Could have closed the door. That would have been cool.
I can't reach it. It's like, Maybe we all blow at it, it'll close. Most everything's directional. I think we're okay. No, I mean, I guess I just look at those things like, at what point is it fear that leads you to that? Is it the decision? Because that's the thing. Is I look at, I mean,
Stubborn.
Okay. Fair.
Stubborn.
Fair.
That's where it led me. Right time, right place. Sure, absolutely.
I am a big believer in the idea that there is no such thing as the right time and right place. When people are like, I'm waiting to have kids till I'm...
There's not. No, there's never any right time, right place. Because guess what happens? Right time, right place comes back 5 minutes later or 5 minutes before.
Yeah.
There's never going to be right time, right place.
No, and
stop it.
And if I've learned anything about having kids, is that they decide flat out when those souls say, hey, I'm coming, that's how it works.
And guess what? It's still not right time, right place.
Never
will be.
I don't care who the fuck you are.
Even with my 5-year-old kid that runs around and tells me I'm fucking focused, I'm fucking 5, it still will never be right time, right place. Will it be like, alright, comfort. Comfort brings you to right time, right place.
Okay.
Is comfort ever right time, right place? Are you ever comfortable where you are at right time, right place? Fuck you. You will never be right time, right
comfort
place.
is an idea. I talk about this all the time.
Comfort has hope.
It's an idea.
Hope will never be right time, right place.
It's a concept.
Hope will always be out the goddamn window.
Yeah.
Hope will never be comfortable. Ever. Hope is
Too many people make that mistake. They think that I had this conversation.
Hope out the goddamn window.
I had a conversation.
Hope is never there.
There's a friend of mine that she's been with this dude for years. They have a kid together, all this stuff. And if you look at it from I don't want to use the term redneck. I don't want to, because that's not really it. But it's this idea of, we have the house, we have the kid, we have the car, we have the RV, we have the four-wheeler, we have the fucking pickup. For some people, that's success. For some people, that is the idea, the epitome of making it. It's the American dream. That was the American dream in the 50s, and we've come to learn the 50s were fucked.
Listen, baseball was fun.
Why do we look at those time frames as that's when we should be aspiring to? No, that's the worst idea ever. Right. So looking at that, she's like, I don't want this. This is the wrong idea. It's the wrong time. I really don't want to be this person. I don't want to hurt him. I love him. I genuinely do. But this is a bad idea. And I went, okay, would you rather hurt him now or in 10 years when you're just so pissed off and have no opportunity to do anything in your life? That's hope. His hope was that it was all fine and perfect, and her hope is, I hope it doesn't hurt him that I can't be that person.
Hope is
it's a double-edged sword.
Broken structure.
It is.
Of what is down the road of what you can actually believe what can be. Hope is the Colorado road structure.
Go.
It will never fucking happen. Hope is so broken.
There is no prerequisite. There is no predetermination. There are these things that people expect.
Hope is so broken.
Okay,
Hope is broken.
But look at the opposite. Is expectation.
No. Cast it out. Cast it out on the first time. You get the fish?
I mean, I have once. Biggest fish I ever caught.
That's hope.
No, that was luck. That was straight luck. Like,
right.
Yeah, that was straight. It was circumstance. But that's just it. Is expectation is that is expectation hope? People mistake those.
Hope is such a broken dream.
Yeah.
95% of musicians that go out and tour, that's hope.
Yeah.
The other 5% is a Slipknot and fucking Metallica's the world. You are not making it. You give up when you fucking hit that gas pedal. You are not making it.
Look, what I was talking about, that's
your
dream. It's a level of success.
Your level of success is your drive. That's the gas pedal. You hit that gas pedal, you might make it at some point. We're in 2021. You're never fucking making it. Give up. But you have fun. Fun along the way is where you're going.
Well, we've talked about it a lot. The fact that I feel incredibly lucky that I've gone this long living off of art. And yeah, it's feast or famine. We've established it. There's times where things are great and everybody's doing really well, and there's times where I'm literally like, oh fuck, I don't know if I have a place to stay next week. That is the reality of being.
That's hope.
And people talk about that as hope. See, to me, it's the heart. That's the reality. I never knew what it was going to be, but to me, my level of success was never fame.
You cast it out, that's hope. Here's where I want to go. I know where I want to be. I am going to that trash can right now. I don't give a fuck how I get there, and whether I trip or not. Guess what? You trip, that's hope.
But if you don't trip, wasn't it just a well-played plan? Is the failure what determines what it was initially?
And it is.
Okay.
And it is. But you get there, okay, cool. What's next?
Because when you start this out, when we all told our families, I remember telling my mom, I want to be a musician, and she laughed. She's like, oh, sweetie, no, bad idea. That whole meme of you can't be both,
Right.
I'm convinced, because my mom literally said you can't grow up and be a grown-up and be a musician. I remember that
I
conversation.
got told this past weekend, yo, Zach, you either give up the music or you become a parent.
See, that would make me just explode. I would,
And
I would lose my mind.
I looked at the person and I said, guess what, motherfucker? I'm gonna have my kid 3 days out of the weekend. Guess how many days are in the weekend?
Yeah, when you have your kid and you can do what you want and still live it. That was a hard lesson. I mean, you saw it. I brought my kid with me. I brought both my kids with me at different opportunities and things like that. I regret never taking them together. I never once had both my kids. I did have my stepdaughter with me and my daughter at times. I occasionally would have my stepson and my son, but I never had my daughter and my son on tour or any of the things I did together. And I regret that for them, because that would have been something they could share as an experience. And yet, my son in particular took that education so much. He holds on to it. He always will. He will always. I remember him calling me when Ollie Herbert died, and he was just devastated. Like, oh my God, that guy taught me guitar. What the fuck? Like, what happened? Those moments, you don't get an opportunity like that very often. And it's the same as people who are archaeologists and take their kids to fucking Egypt or the Middle East and take them on digs. And you create your education, you create your thing, and that teaches children something. That teaches the next generation.
And that's the thing that, like, listen, this life is more than hope. This life is more than, like, okay, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go to college, I'm gonna live my life, I'm gonna have my kids, I'm gonna get married, I'm gonna die. That's hope. That's a straight line of, like.
And see, that's why I think that's expectation versus hope. Some people want that. Some people just know that's what's expected of them. There's a difference.
Expectation and hope is
They're similar, but they're
so
not.
in line. It's so ridiculous. But they are the same. Expectation. Okay, I hope I'm gonna live my life up to 75 with 2 kids and 6 grandkids. I expect my life that I'm gonna live my life 75 with 6 grandkids and 2 kids.
No, and that's realistic, I guess. I don't know.
People put that like in line 100%. Listen, my hope is I'm not gonna be fucking buried. But if my kid's gonna have 2 10-pound boxes of $5 bills, she's set. That's my hope. But my expectation is, I'm dead, motherfucker.
Well, and that's the one thing. People are always like, oh my God, I'm dying. And I always say, we're all dying. It's just a matter of velocity. We're all dying.
We're gonna get there one day.
Embrace that, motherfucker. It's the ride you take on the way.
Right.
It is. It's the ride you take on the way. And there are those of us that connect with the people that are part of that. There are those of us that never connect. There are people that live according to what their parents told them they need to do. There's people that live according to what their friends tell them they need to do. Like,
And you throw that like 100%. You throw that shit in there 100%. What do you look at? What do you do? What's good? And like, where do you throw like religion into expectation and hope?
Okay, well, there's a difference between religion and faith. Faith is one thing, religion is entirely different. And there's a very big gap between those two.
Yeah.
So you say religion is an expectation, religion is you live this way, there's rules, it is hope. with faith, it's I don't know whether it is. I just believe it. There are people that believe in Bigfoot. There are people that believe in the Loch Ness Monster. There's people that believe that they've been abducted by aliens.
Mary, Jesus Christ, and God, and Muhammad, and blah, 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 blah.
Where you stand in the middle of that has very little to do. I don't care. I say this all the fucking time. If you and I grew up, we were twins. We grew up together. We went to church together. We did everything. My version of God and your version of God, nothing, not even close to the same.
Completely different.
Completely different things. Regardless. So does that mean that God's not real because we believe something different? Or does believe that each of our gods is real?
Right.
And that's the other side of it.
That's going to Gaza Strip. We're going here to here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like your God's here, your God's here. They're the same goddamn person.
We just all have an expectation of what God means to us and think that it means that same thing to everybody else. And that's the difference. For me, that's why I separate faith and religion. I separate hope and expectation. These are very different concepts. They're right alongside each other, but they're not the same fucking
It all
thing.
goes up here.
Well,
It all goes up here.
perception.
Because hope and expectation, okay.
Perception's a whole nother monster in that whole thing, because what you perceive and what I perceive are entirely fucking different, no matter what it is. We could be at the same. I mean, how many times have we been standing there and I notice one thing and you notice something else? That's just how it is.
Right.
Regardless of how aligned we are politically, religiously, everything else, we're gonna notice and pay attention to very different things. And that's something that is, in my mind, is being lost way too much in this idea of I need to do what people think I should do. I need to be the person people think I should be. Not, I should think for myself and decide who I'm going to be, or more importantly, who I fucking want to be.
Well, and that's the thing. Okay. You throw this in here. Hope and expectation. You hope you're somebody else. Your parents expect
You're
something
the
else.
first person that has ever guessed it.
Right?
I can literally end right there and be like, that was it. That's the moment. Because that I have this.
Everybody always thinks I'm like 26.
I'm always trying to explain to people that like emotions are wrong.
How dare you guess right?
You went through a
I'm 34.
really bad breakup. I'm just gonna throw this out there and I hope it doesn't offend you. You went through a really bad, very potentially bitter breakup. The last one you went through, where you were like, I just, with everything you've dealt with and everything you want, I'm like, that could have changed you as a person. That could have changed you as a person. That could have made you feel like, okay, what's the point? This is fucking stupid. There are moments in what you went through that other people, it would break them. Absolutely break them. And you use that as fuel towards what you're doing now.
I should be in jail right now.
Yeah.
I literally should be in jail right now.
Absolutely.
For manslaughter.
Yeah.
I should be.
Yeah. And yet, you turned it into something positive for you and your kid. You channeled that energy because of your sense
But
of.
here's your hope and expectation.
And that's the thing is.
You got the fork in the road.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and I mean, you know my ex, my daughter's mom. If you would ask me when we met, and we were talking, if you would ask me then if I'd ever talk to her again, much less be friends with her, we'd all had a really good laugh about that. And yet here I am, and she's one of my staunchest supporters. We co-parent, we do really well together. There's a variation there that there's that element of life that we never see coming. And that's the thing, is that what we do with what we're handed is as important or more important as what people expect and what we hope to be. It's almost what you went through some shit. I mean, you literally went, my family is larger than I knew it was, and how do oh, mother of fuck. That could have broken you. That could have broken a whole lot in your life.
You guys actually almost lost me.
Huh? No, exactly. And yet you carried it out. Not because anybody said, well, you gotta, or you should, or what. You decided how you're gonna be, and you changed, in some ways, you changed not only your own fate, but the fate of so many people around you and what you were doing. That, to me, That is the biggest dichotomy between hope and expectation.
See, you just separated it out right there. You just separated out like the hope to the expectation.
Exactly. And he chose that third road. He went, no, I can do this. This is something different. You went, this is what I should do. This is what I want to do. Here's what everybody thinks I'm going to do. And veered off another direction entirely. And that's my point, is that how much of what we decide to do and what we choose day to day, how we approach every day. Because I'm not going to lie. Nobody gets up in the morning, you're like, I'm gonna fuck today up. I'm gonna make sure that everybody's life is miserable. I'm gonna be in a bad mood. No one does that. I don't give a fuck. If you're the most pessimistic person on the planet, you don't fucking do that. However, if you're an hour in, you're like, well, I still got coffee on my dick. It's scalding. The fucking lady at the front wouldn't let me in. My car wouldn't start. I didn't know what the fuck to do. I'm at work and being yelled at. Fuck everything. You can take that attitude and say fuck everything, or you can be like, you know what? The day starts. It is.
It's easy.
It's lazy.
Super fucking easy.
It is.
It's super easy.
It's
to let that
lazy.
fucking way and be like, yo, this shit is punk as fuck. Fuck this shit. I'm going down there. I'm fucking your mom. Right?
I can't think of anybody's mom that I'd want to fuck right now.
Me neither. But it sucks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Grilled cheese sucks.
No, it's those moments of like, you hit and it's what you choose to do. That's how you choose to move forward.
Right.
And that's the difference, is that
People don't
so
understand
many...
the mindset is what drives the curiosity to what goes there. Or what goes there. Or what goes there. The curiosity is what says,
So, let me ask,
no, I'm going here. Are we staying fucking playing forward? Or we're going forward to what we want and what we believe?
Yeah. For me, living the life that I have, it was kind of thrust on me. I didn't really know how to deal with it. I didn't know what to do, and I reacted. So I'm going to ask you again, after this whole last 15 minutes, what is your breaking point? When do you go, fuck the day job, if this is who I am?
What is my breaking point? I don't know what my breaking point is. Because where do I go? Here, there, there. Where do I go?
Do you think it's coming?
Oh, it's already happened.
So you do know, and you just but steal that later. No, later.
I'm a fucking promoter.
I know.
With money and implications of what happens with my life. And my kid and my life. I'm a fucking promoter. With a band that has a heart.
Yeah.
Guess what happens? There. Guess where I'm going? I don't know. I don't care. Where am I going?
I don't buy that. You care. You care. You like to play the whole nonchalant, what happens, happens. You fucking care. You fucking care.
But guess what happens?
What happens, happens.
I have 3 roads to go. I have 4 roads to go. Guess where I'm going? I'll figure it out.
Okay.
I'll figure it out. Where am I comfortable? Alright. That's where I'm going.
See, that's my thing, is that I prefer to not be comfortable. The things that scare me are
I don't
what
want
I
to
do.
be comfortable.
See, the things that scare me are what I do, and that's what when my personal life is in shambles. And let's be honest, since my last breakup, over 2 years ago, my life has been in shambles. Let's be real. I don't like to, I know it, here's my man card, take it, because I'm not being a
You know what the fucked up thing is? We're comfortable in somebody else. We're comfortable in putting our thoughts and our chaos into somebody else's mind to make us feel comfortable in what we believe and what we want.
Yeah.
That's not right.
Absolutely.
It's not right.
But when
Never
my
will be right.
but when my personal
Will be
life
right.
is a rut,
And that's the thing.
professionally I do awesome. I do great professionally when my personal, the sadder I am, the worse I am, the more just completely chaotic my brain is, the more shit I get done.
Isn't that a fucking phenomenon out there now?
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to my life.
Welcome to the shit show, asshole.
That's where I am right now. My goddamn life. Welcome to Country Buffet. Eat up, bitch.
No. No, and that's the thing, is I guess it's a weird situation to be in. That's why I ask you, like, when are you ready? What is your, because we've been dealing with this for a decade, or more than a decade now, of back and forth and working together and the things that we've done, and there's always that when's the break coming? When does it pay off? When is it? And do you ever actually, A, expect it to pay off?
No.
And B, even hope that it might?
No.
Because
It never will.
the chase.
It never will.
It's the chase.
Because guess what's happening? We got so much shit happening up there.
Yeah.
May of 2022? Oh, God. I have, let's see, what month is it? Cool. Where's that? Cool. You're never going to get there. But when I get there, I hope I'm there. My expectation is, cool, I'm going to be rich and famous. I hope, it doesn't happen.
Well, that's the thing, is like, where do you, like everybody says, set your expectations low and your hopes high. As a musician, as an artist, that doesn't work.
It'll never happen.
It doesn't work. It doesn't. So many people live today in the concept of I'm an artist.
You're not an artist. Bullshit.
Yeah.
To what extent?
Well, okay.
What are you willing to give?
Okay, let's put this together. We've all had this. We've all had this. The number of people who say, I'm a business owner.
Ah!
If you're not there, does it make money? Because if no, you're not a business owner. You're an overglorified, self-employed jackass who literally owns your job. You own your job.
You own your job.
That's it. So, taking that into the artistic world, if your name rings out or something like that, there are those people. But if you're not putting in work, promoting it, doing things, and making a living that is replacing the income you would make from a day-to-day 9 to 5, go work for fucking Chuck Bill Bob Joe down the fucking way, if you're not doing that, you're not an artist. You're a hobbyist. You can be great at art. Some of the best artists I know will never, ever, 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 ever change their job, leave their job, whatever. And that's fine for them. But that's the thing, is that there's that whole, like, dive in, look later, shoot first, ask questions a week after. That's what it takes to succeed in music and art today.
Before we hit our first tour, I put up a status. I am leaving, because I quit my job for this shit. I am leaving the corporate world to pursue my dream in music. Guess where I am right now? I'm in the corporate world.
Yeah.
Paying my bills. Providing for my kid.
I have like 44 side hustles. I don't have a steady income source. I have like 44 side hustles just to pay the bills.
It's hard leaving for a full commission job, for a full passion job, for something that's so minuscule in ramen biscuits. Right?
Yeah.
You're eating ramen biscuits for a life that's feeding you on a consistent basis. Is it worth it?
To us, yeah. I miss it.
That's here.
I miss it. I miss getting in the fucking Honda with drummer and going, man, I don't even know if there's going to be anybody at the show. Let's go do it anyway. Flying to Texas and being like, oh shit. Yeah, I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know where, yeah.
And you know what? This day and age of the electronic arts, we will never fucking know. How many acts, how many music acts, or blah, 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 have we lost because they don't know what's next? Best Buy is consistent. Music is not.
Fair. That's fair. I mean, okay, but on that same token, do you know how much new music I've created and done over the last year and a half, 18 months?
How many people are going to hear that?
Me. Because of that. That's the same thing. Is because I was so used to being part of a group, part of being out there and doing those things. For me, it was just the catharsis of I need to create.
Right. Many people don't understand that.
Yeah, I had to do it.
How many
It wasn't about whether it takes me somewhere.
This instant, right now. This instant, right now. It was like, we're listening to this. You'll never, ever hear this.
I still have people that hit me up like, are you ever going to do more machinery stuff? Because there's so much shit we didn't release. That I have recorded. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right recording and dropping stuff without a drummer. I realized the day he died that my music career was probably over. Now, there is another side of that. There's other things that I do in music, obviously, doing the mastering, doing the production. But as far as performing, unless I guest on something, I'll probably never hit a stage again as a metal performer. Drums, vocals, guitar, whatever, I will probably never do that again. I may DJ as I started doing that, but that's such a, nobody knows who the fuck I am. I prefer it that way, so that's a different thing. And DJing to me is so much, it's night and day different from writing metal and writing the music that I do. So does it matter if it's out there for performance, or does it matter more that you have it for yourself and it's completed? And that's the same thing, is where is your expectation, where is your hope, and where is reality? And that's been a concept. I mean, I know we've talked about it a million times, but that's exactly a situation that I don't think many people ever consider that in their day-to-day life.
They never will. No, I understand. Get me in a lot, even if you just have it for yourself. I totally fucking get it. I do. But then you have someone like, putting out an assumption, Zack and myself, who wants to share, or who wants to perform with other people to feel, to grasp onto it. Again, we'll always have it for ourselves, whether we release it or not. But you're a different person than I am. You have a different outlook on it than I do. I want to be out there to fucking perform. I want to be out there and let other people feel the fucking air, the fucking happiness, the fucking horniness. I don't give a fuck how I feel this. I want them to feel this. I do.
And I miss that and I respect that. Let's flip that around though. I know every word of every Control My song that's ever been recorded. Every fucking word. I could probably.
What's happening?
Not the new stuff, obviously, because I haven't heard it. I know what you did send me. Yeah, it's memorized. I already know it.
I'll send you some lyrics, and you're just gonna fuck with you.
I know. I'm expecting. Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping for.
It's going to fuck with you.
Because between you and the lead, I really want to throw some shit under that side.
This is something you've never gotten from me.
Because it's 100% raw and honest, and you've lived a new
raw
life.
And honest,
and you've lived so much more in the last 2 years than you have in the previous 10.
This is fucked.
Yeah, good.
This is fucked.
That's what makes for good art.
You're going to read this shit and you're going to be like, yo, Zack, how are you?
Well, I mean, I've been already doing that. Hey, man, what's going on? You okay? He's not releasing it, he's unleashing it, and that's a very different...
I'm excited, but I'm very cautious on where my heart lies, because this unveils so much of who I am and where my heart is, and where I'm going, and like where my mind is. It's fucked. Cody, this is fucked. You don't understand how fucked this is.
I'm never going to. I'm not you.
That's the thing. I know every lyric, but you think I know what it feels like to be him?
I put some shit up on Twitter. You probably read it.
Yeah, I did.
This is a side of me that should not be here right now.
Okay, okay, we're gonna...
No, there's a reason why.
There's a reason. That's the thing. We talk about the whole psychotic thing and we joke about it and blah blah blah, but obviously I am not normal. Obviously, we've all seen it. We've all seen me just completely lose it.
Not, or else I wouldn't get along.
Precisely. I mean, there are those elements where what most people are scared of, I'm like, I revel in that moment. I appreciate that. I tend to relish the moments that other people are horrified by. That's how I'm built. I learned how to control that. I learned how to, when it was okay to let that out. And a lot of that was through performance.
That's where I'm at right now.
A huge part of it.
That's where I'm pushing.
It's when you start to cross that line and live that. I mean, look at it happens more in the hip hop world. I will say this than it does in the metal world. But look at how many people have crossed that line and don't understand that who they are on stage is not who they are at home. Right. You don't talk to your fucking mom that way. You don't talk to your fucking kids that way. You don't treat your girlfriend the way that you promote. That's one of those things that I keep looking at and keep trying to figure out. when you're talking performance, or you're talking catharsis, or you're talking release, at what point do you worry about, oh, we've done it. I've seen you do it once, and I've done it. Just unleash on a fucking person in the pit. Just everything you got, just fuck this person in particular for whatever reason. And you just throw it hard at them. At what point do you stop and go, okay, this is who I am at this time? It's the same thing as being a kid, and like you know when it's okay to swear. There's certain people you don't cuss around.
Right.
And I bet you probably don't. I've never heard you cuss at work. And I have fucked with you at work, and I've never heard you cuss at work. Have you heard what I do to him? I invite strangers to stalk him and take pictures and then text them to him while I'm hiding somewhere. And he ends up just like backing up against the wall and looking around. It's fantastic. I've been doing it for years. I am such a dick. I really shouldn't have friends. But
That's who you are.
Yeah, it is exactly who I am. Good to fucking see you, by the way. There are those moments that at what point do you stop who you are on stage, the character? Because like I said earlier, we are who we are. We are not characters. We're not playing a part.
People don't understand how much of a performance is actually what you're giving on stage is what you're feeling to what you are actually being.
Yeah.
People don't understand, like,
how much you hold back day to day.
Like, people don't understand, like, this is who the fuck I am. No. Wait until August 7th. It's going to be fucked.